Okay, Antonella, may you please turn on your camera? Okay. The main topic of this unit is talking about celebrities, okay? Famous people. The first one is a historical famous person. In this case, she's with her husband, who was also famous. And it was the old concept of a celebrity. Okay. In this case, we're talking about Marie Curie. Right. Can you read, please, number 3, Marie Curie?
Yes, Marie Curie was the first woman to win a Nobel Prize and the only person ever to win a prize in both physics and chemistry. Marie shared her
Marie?
Marie shared her prize in physics with her husband Pierre. Later, her daughter and son-in-law were given a Nobel Prize in chemistry.
Okay. Son-in-law. L-A-W, we pronounce like O, son-in-law. Is there a word there you don't remember? In Marie Curie? So in this case, why is, because she's still, why is she famous for? Why is she famous?
Because was the first woman to win a Nobel Prize.
Yes. Okay. So she was the first woman to win a Nobel Prize and the only person to win a prize in both. She got the Nobel Prize in physics and the Nobel Prize in chemistry. Up to now, nobody has done it. That's why she's famous. Okay, she's still famous. Let's go to the second person here, who is a modern celebrity. He is a football player. Okay, Antonella, can you read, please, Zinedine Zidane?
Sure. Zidane's parents were from Algeria, but he grew up in France, where he played for the international football team, now retired from playing football. He is a coach. All 4 of his sons have played football for Real Madrid's young teams.
Okay. Antonella, why is he famous?
Because he was in a international football team.
Okay, he played
He
for
played,
the
yeah.
for the French football team, for the French official football team. Okay, so he's famous because of that.
Yes.
So we have people famous because of science, people famous because of a sport. Then this woman here with her husband was the Prime Minister of India. Okay, Indira Gandhi. So please, right, can you read Indira Gandhi?
Yes, Indira Gandhi came from a family of Indian politicians. She was the daughter of India's first prime minister, and then she became India's first female prime minister. Although, así se dice,
Oh, also.
although Indira and the social leader Mahatma share the same family name, they aren't relatives. Indira changed her surname when she got married.
No problem with vocabulary?
No,
Okay, so right, why is she still famous?
because she was the daughter of India's first prime minister,
Not only that,
and then she became India's first female prime minister.
Okay, actually, the idea is not because she was the daughter of the prime minister, but because she became India's first female prime minister in a country where women are not considered human beings. For a woman to become prime minister, it was an amazing goal. Okay, and finally, we have here Miss Miley Cyrus. Okay, Antonella, where are you?
I'm here. Sorry.
Please read Miley Cyrus. Number 2, American singer and songwriter and actress.
Okay. American singer, songwriter, and actress Miley Cyrus is the daughter of the country singer Billy Ray. Her brother, Trace, is a singer and guitarist, while her grandfather, Ron, was a how do you say that word? Politician? Politician.
Okay.
Thank you.
Why is Miley Cyrus famous?
Because she's the daughter of the country singer Billy Ray.
Not only that, but because she is singer,
because also she's
songwriter,
American singer
and actress.
and songwriter. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so differently from Zinedine Zidane or Marie Curie, she's famous because she is a celebrity by herself, and besides, she's the daughter of a celebrity. So we have different reasons why people is a celebrity or influencer. Here we have the first, Marie Curie is famous because of science. Okay, her scientific discoveries. Okay, Zidane Zidane is famous because he's a sportsman. Okay, so he's famous because of sports. Indira Gandhi, famous because of politics. And finally, Miley Cyrus is famous because of entertainment. Okay. Nowadays, wait for a second because Ray is changing from his phone to his computer. Let me stop sharing so I can. Okay. Let's wait a second for him to turn on his camera. Right, please, can you turn on your camera so I can take the pic of the class? Okay, thank you. Give me a second so I can, well, I can do it later. Do it right now. Okay. So let's continue. So people are famous, celebrity, or influencers by different reasons. Nowadays, why people becomes famous? How people can become a celebrity? In which area do people become celebrities the most?
Because controversial issues.
Controversial issues. And in which area? Science, sports, politics, or entertainment.
Yes.
Okay, but which one are the most famous,
Ah,
the best known?
I
If I
think
have to put it in numbers, which
I think
celebrity is number one?
entertainment.
Entertainment.
Okay. Differently from old times, okay, when the famous people were people who discovered other countries, other territories, explorers, etc. Nowadays, the people who are the best known in the world belongs to the entertainment world. In second place, who will come? Science, politics, or sports?
Sports.
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 So in the second place, we have sports. People become famous because they play in important uh, teams. When people do some kind of, I don't know, like something really amazing, like the winners from Red Bull events, or they win championships, trophies, medals, okay? Or if they do something that no one else did before, okay? Like winning, I don't know, 10 or 12 gold medals in a discipline, okay? Or being so good in his sport that everybody knows about him or her, okay? And sports celebrities, as well as entertainment celebrities, they remain over time. Okay, for example, for people who like water sports, the name Greg Louganis is well known. Why? Because he was the first dive jumper who won in 4 different categories at the Olympic Games and in different championships. For people who like BMX biking, the name Daniel Ders is very well known. He's Venezuelan, and I had the opportunity to meet him when he was a teenager. So for people who like BMX sport, that name is famous. Why? Because he was the first biker to win a gold medal in an Olympic in that discipline. So Roland Garros, the name of the trophy, who was a famous tennis player, French tennis player, Rafael Nadal. So people who know about sports, Pelé, Diego Maradona, people who had relevance in different sports, and they are known everywhere. Number 3, politics of science. Which do you think is number 3 nowadays?
I think politics.
You think politics. And you, Antonella, do you agree with politics?
Yes, I think politics.
Yes, politics. Because of events that affect the world, we know about politicians. For example, the President of the United States is known everywhere. The King of England, King Charles, everybody knows about him. And nowadays, because of the war between Israel and Gaza and Palestine, everybody knows that the Prime Minister of Israel is Netanyahu because of the war, and that the President of Ukraine is Zelensky, that used to be an actor before becoming president, an actor, an influencer before becoming president. Why everybody knows the president of Ukraine? Because they are in war with Russia. Why does everybody know the name Putin? Because he's the leader of one of the largest countries in the world. Why do people know Nicolás Maduro? Because he had or Hugo Chavez Frias, because they were dictatorships in Venezuela and they destroyed the country. Why everybody knows about Petro? Because he was the first left-wing president in Colombia. So, but if you ask about the president of Panama, nobody knows. President of El Salvador, Bukele, why everybody knows him? because what he did with the gangs, take them to jail. He built the largest jail and the most secure jail in the world for those people. And now El Salvador, after being one of the most dangerous place in Central America, became the safest. So that the Miss Universe 2024 is going to be in San Salvador. Imagine that.
Oh, really?
Yes, the
That's
next, yes, it was going to be sponsored by the government. And they decided as an acknowledgement for the work of Bukele. So the next
Oh,
Miss
that's good.
Universe is going to be in San Salvador. And also to promote the country,
Yeah, for tourists.
the tourism in the country. Because
Mhm.
apparently El Salvador has
Beautiful place.
its beaches are as good as Costa Rica's. They have different environments, but people never visited because of the insecurity. But now that it's a
Oh.
safe country, they are trying to rise their category as a touristic destination.
Hopefully Ecuador one day can be the
Yes,
same.
maybe. Because
Maybe.
here there are amazing things to see. Even I have
Yeah.
only visited the Cotopaxi. Okay, just the Cotopaxi is
Mhm.
something that people would pay to visit.
Yeah.
It's amazing. And finally, science. Science is in the last place. And before, in the 18th century, in the 19th century, science
It was
was
the
a
first one.
boom. It was
Mhm.
it would have been number one. Nowadays, which science celebrity do people know? Stephen Hawkins, because he was mediatic. He was always giving interviews in television. He had a YouTube channel in internet, and even people do not understand his findings in astrophysics, because astrophysics is a very difficult field of science. People know Stephen Hawkins. Uh, Brian May. Brian May is an astrophysicist too, but everybody knows him because of Queen. He was the guitar man in Queen band. So people knew about him as entertainer. And then people found out that he was also a very well-known astrophysicist. Say, oh my God, but he's famous not because of his profession, but because he was a figure in Queen, one of the most successful rock bands in the world. And when you say Freddie Mercury, I think 90% of people who likes rock music know him. The other one is, I don't remember I don't remember his name, the black guy who is also astrophysicist. And because we had a meme with him, and he's also mediatic. He's always given TV programs or host science programs in Discovery Channel and Nat Geo Channel. And the other one who is mediatic is a Japanese astrophysicist whose name I don't know, but he's always also in documentaries about the universe, about the existence of extraterrestrial life. So in science nowadays, people are famous because they become mediatic. They are presented in science documentaries that are entertained. So they become scientifics, become influencers, or become famous because of that. And now we have people who has a relevant position in fields. But who are those common people that become famous? But they are common people. How do they become famous? What do they use to become famous? In this case, famous because of entertainment, famous because of sport, famous because politics, famous because science. But what about common people? There are common people who are really, really famous. And they earn a lot of money. Through what? Which media do they use to become famous? What do you think, Rai?
I think like his creation or his investigation. Like Robert Oppenheimer, he was a creator of the nuclear bomb, and for this,
Yes,
he became the first famous person in the world.
yes. But it belongs to science, okay, to the science field, famous because of science. But common people like you or me or Antonella, how can
Yeah,
we
it's like
become famous?
maybe through companies that people have like big business, and it's coming like through families, and you just keep um like you keep those business on top, and they're famous through other countries. They're internationals, like the company from how's the name, the father of Daniel Noboa. His company is very through the whole world. Like I see a lot of products in the United States, so that can be one of the reasons too. People like you don't know who is, but they're famous because they're work harders.
Okay, so we talk about people like Oppenheimer who make innovation in different fields. In that people are included Steve Jobs, who created the iPod and the iPad and the iPhones. Okay, he used to be just even he didn't have any university degree. He quit university, but his mind was so brilliant that with the little he learned during her teenage years and the short time he spent at university, he created amazing innovations. Same case as Bill Gates. What's the name of this guy? The creator of Facebook and Meta. What's his name? I never remember his name. His ex.
Mark Zuckerberg.
Mark Zuckerberg. He used to be a common person, and then he created Facebook. He and his people developed WhatsApp, developed Instagram. So he made innovations in the communication field. Everybody knows Facebook. I think 90% of the world population have Facebook. I would say also that a high percentage of people have uh, like Instagram, and I think near to the 100% people in the world with access to Wi-Fi or internet connection, I would say 100% has WhatsApp. And today I learned that WhatsApp incorporated emojis with artificial intelligence. So you write, for example, a dog eating a pizza, and you don't have to find it. You put it, and the artificial intelligence in WhatsApp create the options for a dog eating pizza. If you want, I don't know, an unicorn wearing jeans and a cowboy hat, the artificial intelligence in WhatsApp created for you. Okay, it's available now in different parts of the country. Here in South America, not yet, because this morning when I saw it, I wanted it in my cell phone, but it's not still available in Latin America. The other people that you say that build up large companies are entrepreneurs, okay, business people who started maybe with a little business, and it became large with time. And we have something you didn't mention, but you know very well. People who become famous because of the social networks. That people in TikTok that do something ridiculous, it has hundreds of thousands of followers. Okay? People who have channels in YouTube with millions of followers. Sometimes they do something interesting. For example, Dross. Have you heard about Dross?
Yes.
Yes. Antonella, have you heard about Dross?
No.
Let me get Dross for you. Let's get to YouTube. This guy is Dross. He has been in YouTube, I think, like for almost 20 years. And look, the number of followers he has.
And it's about what? He's
22.1 million subscribers. Okay,
but
23.1
it looks
million.
like creepy stuff, right?
It is horror, it is weird stuff. For example,
Oh no.
this
That's
was the
why I
last
didn't
one.
know that.
Las 7 cosas más extrañas encontradas en la comida. Las
Oh,
7 cosas más extrañas encontradas en el fondo del mar. 3 grandes actores que cometieron sincericidio. ¿Ok? Las 7 cosas más asquerosas encontradas en comida. El cuadro maldito del niño que llora. 7 episodios animados prohibidos en la televisión because of racism. Las 7 ubicaciones más aterradoras de Google Maps. So he has been for 20 years doing this. And nowadays he lives with the money he gets here in YouTube. Notice, las 7 cosas más extrañas encontradas en el fondo del mar. 2.3 million vistas. 2.3
wow.
millones de personas vieron eso, including me. I'm a fan of Dross since like, I don't know, 10 years ago. Okay? So notice, hechos perturbadores. He talks about aliens. He talks about people who say they have ghosts, paranormal events, creepypastas, those horror stories that someone creates and they are not true. Okay, reflexión and críticas. Something that they didn't talk about the Titanic, the event of the submarines. Okay, el monstruo de Twitter. Historias de terror. They are excellent. He has published 4 books. I have them, and I have read them except the last one. So the guy also knows. And I need to subscribe to this one. I haven't subscribed to my querido Mussolini. This is his pet, a fish. He's Venezuelan. He lives in Buenos Aires since a long time ago. Okay, and I follow him. I see all his videos. I follow him in Twitter, in Instagram, in Facebook, everywhere, because I like his content. And he has a voice that is perfect for the kind of stories he tells. Are you subscribed to Dross, right? Or do you just know him?
Yes, I am.
You are also a follower. Welcome
Yeah.
to the club. So common people like Dross, they are common people. They are people like anyone else. He has a degree in journalism. Okay, he is journalist, periodista. But he never worked in his profession. He created that YouTube channel and he lives from YouTube. And he has an excellent level of life. Okay? So people nowadays becomes famous, what it is called influencers, because of social networks. Okay? You say, okay, Oprah. No, Oprah is famous because of entertainment. But people like Dross becomes famous through the social networks. Or in TikTok, those Asian girls who broadcast 24 hours a day dancing. The only thing they do is dance. And they have more than 5 million followers. Okay, and the only thing they do is dance, only dance. And their dances are not really nice or complicated. They just make movements in the music. And they are famous. Now they live from that. And some people have tried to imitate them, but they haven't been so successful. Okay? So, where is Antonella? Right. You're gonna think about the advantages for being famous. And Antonella is going to talk about the disadvantages. So you have 1 minute to think about it. All the advantages of being famous, at least 5. 5 advantages for being famous. Antonella, disconnect. Okay. Oh my Lord. You know that today there is a solar eclipse?
Mm-mm.
You know something? I was waiting to see it. And today in Quito is overcast. The sky is completely white. So here we wouldn't be that. We wouldn't see that because there is wet air from Amazonia. So the sky is going to be cloudy or overcast here in Sierra. We're not going. We're not going to see the. I don't know. Every time I want to see something like that, it rains or it is cloudy. No way. Is that also overcast there where you live? Okay. Okay, right. Tell me the advantages of being famous.
Well, I have 3 advantages.
Mhm.
First, you will earn money, a lot of money.
Mhm.
Second, you will be a famous person in different social media.
Mm-hmm.
And finally, I think uh, mm, uh, uh, maybe a big, ¿cómo diría empresa?
¿Cómo
Empresa,
dirías?
empresa.
Company.
A big companies gift you some stuff for because you are a famous person.
Sponsorship by large organization.
Like
Okay.
that.
Yes, it we call sponsorship, patrocinio.
Mhm.
And of course, sponsorship by large organization, money, lots of money, and amazing gifts. Sometimes, maybe, for example, for some at the Oscar, the celebrities receive a bag of gifts, and most of the products in the bag do not sponsor them, but those gifts can be used by the celebrities, and celebrities may recommend them. It's like Oprah. In the United States, the Oprah phenomenon is so huge that if Oprah says in her program, this book is good, people go and buy it. If Oprah uses Victoria's Secret splash of one kind, people go and buy it. When the Queen of Spain wears a dress from a store, women run to the store and buy that same dress. So it's like when they show any item, it's a piece of clothes, a pair of shoes, something, people immediately goes and get them. I don't do it. I think that's crazy. But people go blindly to buy those things that the celebrities show. The disadvantages of being famous. First of all, they don't have privacy. Okay? They cannot have a private life. They cannot go to a supermarket. Come and say, I want a bag of French fries, a bag of cookies. They cannot go to the supermarket and buy a bag of chips. They cannot go out dressed like you and me. We can go out wearing a tracksuit and Crocs and an old T-shirt, but they can't. They must look perfect all the times they go out of their houses. There are some celebrities that have escaped from that. Okay, one is Jason Momoa. You know Jason Momoa?
Yeah.
The guy who plays Aquaman.
Mm-hmm.
Jason Momoa. We're talking about Antonella. We're talking about advantages and disadvantages of being famous.
Okay.
Okay.
Sorry, my computer turned it off.
No, don't worry. We're talking about the disadvantages. We talk first about the advantages. I said celebrities and influencers get a lot of money. They get sponsorships by large organizations. They receive amazing gifts. Okay. And sometimes if they like what they get, they promote it in their social networks, like designers. Okay. If you see Salma Hayek wearing a dress from X designer, people look at the dress and they start trying to buy those the designers from that person because someone famous wore it. Okay. Then we have the disadvantages. First of all, they don't have any privacy. I was talking to Rai and saying that we can go to the supermarket wearing flip-flops and an old t-shirt and sweatshirts, but they can't. They have to look perfect every time they go out from their homes. Okay? They cannot go out, not even with them. If they have children, okay, paparazzos follow them. Paparazzi follow them everywhere. Morning, Dianis. Okay?
Morning, teacher.
But there are some celebrities who have escaped that. And we were talking about Jason Momoa. He can disguise. You know, he puts his hair, he wears a wig, or he wears large glasses, not sunglasses, large glasses, and sometimes he dye his mustache, okay? And he wears common clothes, and people do not recognize him. Even he is really famous because of Aquaman. I saw a video of him yesterday at a rock concert. He was running in the pitch of a rock concert where people dance and turn around. It was him, and nobody recognized him. Also, he went shopping somewhere to buy an ice cream, to eat an ice cream in a city in the USA, New York, and he disguised himself that nobody recognized him. So when he wants to go out like a normal person, he has found ways to do it. And the other one is Dwayne Johnson, The Rock. Okay? He can go out of his car, drive his car without people bothering him because he behaves like a normal person. So most of the time, people don't bother him because even everybody recognize him. He doesn't care. Even he plays jokes with people. Okay, when someone comes to him and say, "Hey, are you Dwayne Johnson, The Rock, etc." He is very open with his fans, so he has a good reputation. Secondly, when you are a celebrity, you are exposed to danger. Psychotic people can attack you and they can even kill you. Crazy fans can break in your house. Sometimes kids from celebrities are attacked or kidnapped, or try to be kidnapped because his or her parents are famous. Remember John Lennon, who was killed by a fan. Okay. And finally, they sometimes develop mental issues. Like Kurt Cobain, that was so depressed because he was famous that he committed suicide. Okay. Or Nicolas Cage, who is aggressive to people, especially to his wives or his girlfriends. As he's famous, he has domestic violence and he thinks he can pass by because he's famous. Or Jim Carrey, who destroyed his career because of that. Or Robin Williams, who developed depression and suicide. So sometimes being so famous, people can't cope. People can't cope. They can manage. Okay, celebrities. They can manage being a celebrity. They can face the challenges of being famous. So they develop depression, psychosis, they consume drugs, they become addict to medication, like Michael Jackson. So it's sometimes people say, oh, be a celebrity is great, but sometimes it is not so great. And some of them say that they would have preferred not to become famous, but have a regular, normal life. Mm. And the last one, usually they are not acknowledged because of other goals they have got in their life. For example, Jodie Foster has a PhD degree, and nobody pay attention to that just because she's a famous actress. Okay, Julia Roberts has a PhD in psychology, in child psychology, and very few people knows that. Okay, so if a celebrity, a famous actor or a singer gets some kind of goal in the academic area or something like that, people do not pay attention to that. Most people don't know about that. They focus only in the what they do, actors, singers, models, but people do not pay attention to other things they do. Okay? So let's go to the boring grammar part. Phrasal verbs. Let's ask Dayanis. Dayanis, would you like to become a celebrity with all those advantages and disadvantages of being a celebrity? Would you like to be famous? Dayanis, would you like to be famous? You have problems with your audio. Don't worry. Leonardo has also problems with the internet. Hello, Domenica. So, Dayanis, would you like to be famous? Yes or no?
No.
Why not? What of the disadvantages do you consider the most important or the worst disadvantage?
Because it's a lot of social pressure.
Because of the social pressure. Okay. Leonardo, would you like to be famous? Would you like to become an influencer in the social networks? Yes or no?
No.
Why not?
Well,
Which disadvantage do you consider the worst? Let me add here social pressure. Okay, so why you wouldn't like to become a celebrity, Leonardo? He has problems. Domenica, would you like to be a celebrity or an influencer? Why not?
No.
Why not? Which of those disadvantages do you think is the worst?
Because
Is the social pressure, the fact that you have no privacy, the fact that a fan can kill you or harm you?
Invade my
Privacy,
privacy.
privacy. That's the concept. Okay, you cannot have privacy. You are exposed. Okay, and also that some people speak ill about you. You know, speak ill, hablar mal de alguien. Okay, so when you're a celebrity, there is always someone who speaks ill about you, who spread rumors about the celebrities. Okay, so as I said, let's go to the boring part of the unit. Okay, the vocabulary and the grammar. Even this is boring because I understand this is boring. It's important for you because these two topics are always part of the speaking test and the grammar test, B1. They are always there, always. There is no way you can escape it. The first one is the phrasal verb. Okay, what is a phrasal verb? It's the combination of a common verb and a preposition or an adjective or an adverb that changes the meaning of a verb. The most famous phrasal verb one is get. The meaning of get alone is conseguir u obtener. Get up, levantarse. Get away, alejarse. Get to, llegar. Get sick or get ill. Enfermarse. Get on, montarse en un medio de transporte. Get in, montarse en un carro o en un taxi. Get upset, disgustarse. So if you go to a dictionary and look for the phrasal verbs of get, you might find like 100, 120 different words, different meanings for get. Okay, and all of them are different. None of them have to do with conseguir u obtener. But levantarse, alejarse, llegar a un sitio, enfermarse, montarse en un medio de transporte, montarse en un taxi o en un carro, molestarse por algo, no es conseguir disgusto, es molestarse. And that's one of the most famous. Another one that is very common is look. Look up, admire someone, look away, look, not notice, pretend you don't notice something, look for. So notice look up, admirar a alguien, look away, hacerse el loco. When you say, for example, look, that's Maria. She's kissing a boy and it's not her husband. Oh my God, I'm going to look away. Voy a hacer el loco. Voy a hacer el que no lo vi. Look for, buscar. Look after, cuidar niños. Look at, dirigir la mirada hacia algo que me llama la atención. So imagine that. they have to, they are related all because it's using your eyes for something. But we have different things. For example, look up, admirar a alguien. I have always looked up at my father, look it up at my father. Siempre admiré a mi papá, and so on. So those phrasal verbs have different meanings. And in this level, we are not going to look at, or we are not going to learn all the phrasal verbs, but a few ones. The ones which are the most used and the most important. So here we have grow up, set up, bring up, and take up. So here is grow up, set up, bring up, and look up. To up, take up. Okay? So, grow means sembrar plantas para que crezcan o crecer. So, Antonella, what do you think grow up means? See, Dennis' parents were from Algeria, but he grew up in France. You can say it in
What is-
Spanish.
Okay, como crecer,
Criarse.
criarse, okay.
Nació en Algeria, pero se crió en Francia. Okay.
Okay.
That is something that we in Latin America understand. Ah, no, mira, yo de mi hermano nació en Caracas, Venezuela, pero se crió en Valencia. It means that he got to Valencia when he was a child and he lived there until his adulthood. So grew up means criarse, as we say in Spanish. Nace en un sitio y se cría en otro. Ray, what do you think setup means? Amanda still has set up a YouTube channel where she gives advice. You can say it in Spanish.
Como comenzar a hacer algo.
Yeah, it can be comenzar a hacer algo, iniciar un proyecto, cosas así. Leonardo, what do you think is bring up? Hannah Alper was born in Canada and brought up here.
Bring up is
Say it in Spanish, if it is easier for you.
sacar un tema. Oh,
She was born in Canada and brought up there.
era un tema.
They are synonyms. Criarse. Ella nació en Canadá y se crió allí. So grow up and bring up are synonyms. They mean the same. Okay, Dayanis, what about take up? What's the meaning of take up? You can say it in Spanish. At the age of 9, she took up blogging.
Comenzar.
Comenzar o iniciar. So set up and take up are also synonyms. And grow up and break up can be said also as raise. Crecer o criarse. Okay? And set up and take up can be a synonym for begin. Okay? So notice different phrasal verbs begin or start. Okay, different phrasal verbs, same meaning. But if you say grow up, grow alone means crecer, cuando las plantas crecen. Bring means traer. Set means colocar, and take means agarrar o llevar. But if we change it with prepositions, they change the meaning completely. Okay, that's the idea of the phrasal verbs. So we have find out. Do you remember find out from the previous class? No. Something, some new information. Remember that last class, we talked about the difference between find out, and know. Okay, when you find new, when the information you get is new, okay, you find it out. We know grow up, bring up, take up, make up, repair, set up, begin, get on with. Okay, let's see, get on with. It's the same as get along. Then you get some meaning. Get on means llevarse bien con alguien. And run out of is finished. Okay? So we have here eight different sentences in which you are going to find the phrasal verb to use. So number one is for Antonella. Number two is for Rai. Number three is for Leonardo. If you cannot speak, put it in the chat. Number four for Domenica. And number five for Dayanis. Okay? So try to use a phrasal verb to substitute the thing that is underlined. I mean, Antonella needs to find something similar, a synonym for become older. Rai about discovered. Leonardo doesn't have any more. anymore. Domenica start, and Dayanis start playing. Okay, so I'm gonna give you 1 minute. Check the meanings that we have in the box because they are the ones. Sorry, Antonella, number one is ready. Sorry. So this is not for you. You're gonna do number 6 instead. Okay, sorry, I didn't notice that number one was ready. Okay, became older, grew up, because it's past tense, so the verb is grow up. So Antonella, you have number 6 instead.
Okay, thank you.
One minute. Okay, ready?
Yes.
Okay, discover it. What is for discover it? Which
Find out.
find out. In this case, found out. Past tense, found out. Good. Leonardo, a synonym for doesn't have any more battery from the phrasal verbs. If you cannot say it, please write it in the chat so we can have your answer.
Yeah, one moment.
Yeah, don't worry.
There you go.
Okay, what did you say? Okay, let me see what you put. Take up. Okay, let's check. Okay, so you said take up. No, doesn't have any battery. It doesn't have any more battery. Doesn't have. Which one do you think is the phrasal verb? We have used find out. We have used grow up.
Run out.
Run out. Good. In this case is run out. It doesn't have any battery. The battery is finished. Okay? So when my phone doesn't have any more battery, I borrow my friend's phone. When my phone runs out, in this case, runs out because it's simple present. Okay? When my phone doesn't have any more battery, I borrow my friend's phone. When my phone runs out of battery, I borrow my friends. Okay, Domenica, I love to start my own YouTube channel. I would let people know about new music.
Take up.
Take up. You can use take up or you can use set up. Dayanis, start playing hockey.
Bring up.
Can be bring up, can be take up, can be set up. Any of them. Antonella, I have a good relationship with my older sister. We often go out together.
I get on with my older sister.
Get on with.
We
my
often
older
go out
sister.
together.
We often go out together. Okay.
Mhm.
So look at after is here invent is makeup. And look at after is itself. a phrasal verb. I was looked after by my grandparents in the countryside when I was a small child. Okay, so here, looked after is already a phrasal verb. Okay. Do you have any question about these phrasal verbs? Find out, grow up, grown up. Do you have any question about this? Yes
No
or no?
question.
No problem, Domenica, Dayanis, no problem? Okay. There isn't any exercise in there for this because most of exercises are about other or a large group of phrasal verbs. There are 280 phrasal verbs. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to create an exercise so you can do it in the classroom, okay? I'm going to create some kind of exercise in PDF for you to practice this, okay? So the next topic is a mess because it is the conditionals, 0, first, and second conditional. My goal today is at least explain them and do some exercises, but if necessary, we can take this class and the next class just for the conditional. Okay. So let me take the class picture and let's go on break. 5, 10, 15, 20. See you 10:45. Okay. So see you 10:45. Let's go on break.